Hello everyone, Denise here. Happy 2022 to everybody. This is my first works in progress video for 2022. I have made several projects that I have not shared over the last however long it's been since I have done a work in progress video. This is what I have gathered up that I could remember and or find in the house that was not gifted. Whatever I do not have with me, I will try to insert photos, and some of these are too large, so I will insert photos when they are. So I typically start with projects that I have finished. This is a random project that I just whipped up. It is an owl. Essentially, you create a hat and then you sew the end up. I mean, you just sew it together, you stuff it and sew it together. So this is an owl that I have sitting with another friend owl that is in an orange-brown tone. I'll show you a picture of that. I'll insert a picture of that here. It's under a tree in my living room that is not a Christmas tree, it's just a tree. So there's that guy. He's crocheted. So other finished objects. I have a shawl here that is far too large to show you on my table right now. But that is the Hadley Shawl by Kristin Omdahl. It is made with bamboo yarn. I used Truboo and Michael's Capri, which is not necessarily bamboo. I cannot remember. I think it may be wood-based fiber. I'll have to check. But it feels the same as the bamboo, and it's the same washing. So I will insert a photo of this finished shawl because this is, I mean, it's even bigger than my table. So this is pretty much as I can show you of it, and then I'll insert the photo. Hopefully you'll be able to get a better idea of what this looks like. I enlarged mine, but I did not need to. The pattern is perfectly fine to go by. It is large enough. So I recommend following the pattern. Not that I don't like what I made. It's just, it is very, very large. So I'm going to move this one aside and show you the vest that I had made. So the vest I made was actually in a cream yarn, and I am going to be sharing a video for this one. Based on the yarn and the pattern. This is also Kristin Omdahl, and I will also insert another photo of this one because it is also very large. So this is made with Kristin Omdahl's milk and cotton yarn, which is called Be So Easy. It is I believe it's a weight 5. So I have a shawl underneath, but you're just not gonna get the gist of it. So it's a vest. It is very airy, nice, light. For a heavier yarn, it is not heavy, it's drapey, it's wonderful. So I dyed this up with some dye. The yarn itself is a cream color with a yellow tone. So when I put it with a robin eggs blue dye, it created a mint, which I love. This is, oh my gosh, what is this one called? Morgano, I believe, or Morgano. Morgano, and you can make it as a vest, or you could just make it as a solid shawl. Pretty much at this size. It could be a blanket though, because it is very large. So let me move this one out of the way. Last shawl I have to show you is called the Ayla Shawl. It is a knit shawl, and it is also very large. I'll insert a picture here. To show you as much as I can on my couch back, but essentially it's a large shawl that I'm going to use to wrap up when I am snuggling around at home. Probably too large to leave the house with, because it's like a blanket as well. So I guess depending on how warm you want to be outside, you can wear it outside. I created it for me to wear at home. It's called the Ayla Shawl, and it's knitted. I made it with a, I can't remember the name of the yarn. I bought it at Michael's. It is one of their brands. It is like, you know, the self-striping yarns. All the companies have them. This one, I'm trying to use up my yarn that I have in my stash, which is impossible. But the yarns that I like, I'm trying to use up. So this was one of those. I did use it up. I actually ran out. So I changed the pattern on this one. It did have one stitch up at the top for the border. I made 3 just to, I guess, give it a more stable edge. Doesn't really matter. I didn't need to do that, but I did. Had I not done that, I would have had enough yarn. But I did do that, and I ran out of yarn. So this end here, if you can see on the camera, is a different yarn. I added 2 together to kind of get the same look, but it clearly is not the same. But it's just for me, so I don't care. It does not matter. I just needed to finish it up so that I could wear it. I usually throw it around my shoulders in the morning when I'm waking up and I'm still chilly. So those are the finished objects that I can think of and find at this point. I am in the process of cleaning my craft room again, and I will be finding more projects as I get into stuff. I can think of 2 right offhand that I did not bring out here. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit down. Okay, so this is actually a project that was not meant to be what it turned out to be. I was creating a Tammy Shawl, or not Tammy Shawl, Tammy Sweater from Krista at the Secret Yarnery. I was making one of those with some ice yarns. I love the yarn. I think it feels amazing. I did not like the variegated when I was working this up. Let me stand up again, and it's fine. I just did not like the way it looked on me. I almost had this done. So I frogged actually half of this project. And this is going to be just a scarf because, one, I want the yarn by my skin because it does feel really nice. This is I want to say this is Rockabilly yarn from Ice Yarns. It is made from wood fiber as well, but it feels like bamboo. Has great drape, very snuggly, very soft. So I am just going to weave in my ends here, and it's going to be a scarf for me. Goal is to have a hat to match, and or possibly maybe on the edge of this add a hood. But hoods don't always work with the wind here. So if I was to add a hood, it wouldn't be as warm for me. So I'll probably just make a basic slouch beanie to match this. But the yarn is nice itself. I really do like the yarn. Like I said, I think it's Rockabilly Ice Yarns. And I have a gray that matches this, and I do plan on using it in the future on other things. I have more of that color as well. Let's see. Other work in progress. I have been making trees just to go in our house. They're not Christmas trees, they're just adorable trees. This pattern is Christmas bobble trees. Crochet pattern. I'm not putting lights or anything Christmassy in mine. I just think they're nice. They're rustic looking, sweet, simple decor, and it matches our home. So this is the pattern if you want to go take a look. I paid for the pattern. I do believe it is on their blog for free, but I paid whatever, I don't know. I don't even remember how much it was, but I have one more to make. It is the largest size. So this one is the small. This is the medium. The medium one is, gosh, I want to say about 1 foot tall. So I wonder how large the largest one is going to be. So in the pattern, I think it calls for DK weight, and I am using Impeccable by, you know, Michael's Impeccable. So I do believe this one is, maybe this one's Red Heart. I don't know. The other gray I am using is a Target yarn that is, they don't even sell it anymore. So, but the colors went well together. So I'm doing a medium gray to go with the white and the dark. So that's a work in progress because I have to do the third one still. So the next project is, it's gonna look really small, but I can tell you this hat is pretty amazing. It is a 1x1 rib hat, basic knit hat. I made one of these years ago. Well, I made several years ago, but I did make one. The first one I made with a Red Heart yarn, and I could not believe that it fit everybody in my family, from my grandson, who was 2 at the time, all the way up to my husband. So this pattern is very cool because it will fit pretty much anybody. It is right now about 6 inches wide, but this will fit an adult head when I am done because of all the stretch in the rib. I adore this pattern. Hold on, let me get the pattern really quick so I can tell you who it's by. The yarn that I'm using for this is Plymouth Yarn Royal Bamboo, which is discontinued. I had some left. I made my grandson a hat in this. I crocheted him a hat in this when he was little, probably around 2.5, 3 years old. His birthday is coming up, and I thought I would knit him this hat just as a I love you gift. It's going to be with other gifts in his present, but this is, I wanted to use the yarn for him for a hat that he could wear, you know, until the yarn dies pretty much, because this hat will fit an adult, so it should fit him as long as the yarn will allow it to be worn. So yeah, it is great yarn. I'm sad they discontinued it. It is 100% bamboo, gorgeous yarn, beautiful to work with, so soft, love it. So that is those are my works in progress that I have. I do have another in a bag. It's a shawl. Actually, I have 2 shawls in a bag. Those are going to be tutorials on my channel, so I'm not going to share those. I have a sweater in progress. Made with a tulip stitch that It's not something I was doing a tutorial on, but I will share it with you when I am done. It is for my mother-in-law. What else? I have a hat, a Punisher hat. Paid for pattern on Ravelry, I believe, or Etsy. Can't remember where I got it. It's been too long ago. That I have been working on forever. I've also been working on the Betsy Ross beanie. So hats are quick, you know, hats, even knitted hats are quick, but I have such a problem. I have a struggle finishing knit hats. And I am forcing myself to finish my grandson's hat because I need to send the package. But I get bored. I get bored. I get so bored because although I love the process, I get bored with just doing the same thing, and so I move on. My brain is like, I gotta move on. So they're like forever projects that will get finished, just not yet. So part of this year with me with crafting, I have a journal. Let me grab it. So I bought this. This is a Kristin Omdahl Create, Share, Inspire notebook. They're just, they're like journals. I mean, the pages are put whatever day you would like and whatever you want to write. And then there's quotes on the left hand. I am using mine to set goals and intentions for the year for crafting. So one of my goals is to clean my craft room and keep it clean. Good luck there, but that's my intention. I do have that as a goal. Use up the yarn that I don't love or gift it. Donate items to charity. I haven't done that for a while. Make more items for me to wear, at least 10 this year. Oh, I suppose I could put it on them. Make more items for me, at least 10 this year. So that is a huge goal because I typically don't make things for myself. I usually make things as gifts or, you know, to give away. So I've been purchasing yarn. I'll put a picture in with some of the yarn that I have picked out for future projects. Some I have an idea, some I don't. And then go through all my works in progress, which I've been doing. I did Frog 1. That was the scarf. I'm gonna make a hat to match. So when I find them, I will share them and let you know what I'm going to do with them. For crocheting, I would like to learn and make mosaic crochet, tapestry crochet. I have done a smidge of that with a shawl by Marley Bird, and I have shared that in previous videos. So, I mean, learning to an extent, because clearly I don't know everything, and so learning and making. Even if I have learned a stitch pattern with it, there's plenty more to learn. Make my grandsons their birthday blankets and my granddaughter her birthday present, which I already have the pattern and I am picking out the yarn for. And Charlotte is my mother-in-law, and that is the sweater I was saying, the tulip stitch sweater that I'm making. And for knit, thus far, I have brioche. So, I mean, this is clearly something I'm going to add to because it is not a complete list. It's the beginning of the year, so I will be adding to that. And for like the days, I just put in on January 1st that I frogged that sweater project, and I'm gonna make a hat to match the scarf. So I mean, it's zero commitment. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of crazy stuff. Like I've looked at planners and I know people love them. Clearly there is a market for them. And I'm not, I'm not talking smack about anyone who uses them or the planners themselves, but I get overwhelmed personally by them. I think they're cool, and maybe in the future I will step it up to that kind of level, but this is as far as I can go right now with committing to writing stuff down. This is the first time I've written stuff down that I want to make, and I am well old enough to be able to have done this earlier in my life. So yeah, this is as far as I'm going. These notebooks are pretty cool. You can use them for whatever. They are, I think they're on sale on her website for $4.99 right now. So pick yourself up one if you're interested. If not, use a notebook. It does not matter. I'm not sponsored by Kristen by any means. I'm not sponsored by anybody except myself and my family. So those are some of the goals that I have for this year. There are projects that I have in my brain and always have going in my brain, and that is another reason why I'm doing the notebook, is because I forget things. So I figured the notebook, when it arises in my brain, I'll write it down. This is actually a blanket that I bought at Goodwill, and I thought it was gorgeous. It's just a fleece blanket, like the $2.50 kind. I loved it. I said I have to own this. It's in really good shape. I washed it. So I'm gonna put an edging on it. And I don't know if I'm gonna leave it a blanket or if I'm gonna make it into a ruana for me. But I did pick up some Truboo that I thought looked well with it for the edging. So that is a soon to be project. Oh yes, so another one of my goals, which I have not written down in my book, is to finish my temperature blanket from 2020. I will get my squares, hold on. So these are my squares. They are huge. They're like 2 foot by 2 foot-ish. I have not blocked them. I have not weaved in the ends. This blanket is the temperature blanket from 2020. So go me. My idea for that year was to add a sparkle yarn that I got at Hobby Lobby, just like thread weight, into everybody's birthday in the family. So that it makes it extra special. This is going to be huge when I get it done. Probably fit really well on a king size bed with a lot of drape over the sides and the ends. But that is a goal for me this year. So I'm loosely making it a goal of weave in the ends for each one of these months, coinciding with the month. Say we're in January right now. So my goal is to have this square, all the ends weaved in by the end of January. I tagged all of them so that I would know what order to put them in when I put the blanket together. So that makes my goal really lax and not crazy, gonna be too much work on me to actually complete that. Weave in the ends for every month with the month that coincide with this year, and then by the end of the year put it all together. Or I don't know, if I decide otherwise, I could put it 2 or 3 of them together once I get the ends weaved in. So we'll see. It was a huge undertaking to actually finish this blanket, the squares, so I think it will feel really good once I get it done. I'll insert a picture of this sitting on the floor. This pile is over a foot tall, so. The yarn I used was Paint Box Yarns, and it is a it was a set they had for sale. I don't know if they have it for sale anymore. I think it was called Wanderlust. It is DK weight, so go take a look at that if they still have it. I don't know. You can buy all the individual colors anyway, and they're all very muted tones. So that is a work in progress for the entire year. So yeah, I do have plans to make more videos. It's just tough. Time is tough. Finding a quiet house is tough, and the time to sit down and spend time on stuff is tough. So I'm sure you all understand. I appreciate you watching what I do have as content right now. I do have a couple of videos that are ready to roll out as far as like yarn review and bag reviews. So I do have a needle review that I'm going to do once I get to sit down and use them. I'm impressed with them already, so I'll just leave that as a secret surprise for later. If you knit, if you don't knit, then you probably don't care, but I do both, and I have to because I get bored with one and the other. So also my arthritis will, if one is too much on me, I'll switch to the other, and it does help, so I can still create. One of my goals that I did not put in my book as of yet is I do sew, but one of my goals is to learn how to sew a flat bottom bag, which I'm sure that I can do. I just need to do it. Sewing takes more patience from me, more brain power from me than my other crafting. And I just attribute that to because I don't do it a lot. But I do enjoy it, and I have to be in the mood for it. But that is one of my goals, is to learn how to do a flat bottom project bag. I have done a few bags this past year. I can insert pictures on those. They're just drawstring bags. And I really did enjoy making them. So it is something that I want to do in 2022, is to just be a better seamstress, sewer, etc. I don't know what you call it, but yeah, been working on the house a bit. My husband bought me an electric fireplace for Christmas, and I adore it. I will put a picture in here to show you what it looks like. I absolutely love it. It is probably my favoriteest gift that I have ever received, and I enjoy it every single day, and so does everybody else. So yeah, we had good holidays, good New Year. Our entire household got COVID last year, a little before Thanksgiving. I had it the day before Thanksgiving, and for quite a while I still have the cough. But yeah, it was not, no one was hospitalized. It wasn't, no one was like seriously ill. My son got pneumonia, but he didn't have to go in and get on a ventilator or anything. And we all survived. We're all healthy, and I'm the oldest out of everybody. And I probably got it the worst, but yeah, I mean, we survived, so go us. My in-laws over the past year, we did lose a couple of them due to COVID. So it's no joking matter. You know, I'm not saying anything that you should or should not do, other than just try to stay healthy. Try to eat better, do better. That's what we've been doing. We took like immune boost supplements months and months before we even got ill. all the younger people in our family, it was pretty easy on them. The only reason why my son got pneumonia was because he laid on his back for too long of periods of time, and it produced into pneumonia. So with all that being said, I hope that you are all healthy and safe and happy, and your new year is going well, and you have crafting goals yourself that you are looking forward to this year. Thank you to everybody who has been watching my channel and commenting and sharing videos. I appreciate it. It does mean a lot to me. Please continue to do so if you would like. I will be sharing more content more often. I do promise that. So I will let you go for now. This video is running a little long for me, and I'm sure that we will be having some noise coming up, barking here, because I do expect a delivery soon. So take care, everybody, and until next time, guys, bye.